Hello everyone, it's Sue from Scrappy Doo Sue here, and I finally found the time to do another episode of my Peacock Journal. I think in the last video I made the cover. I've covered it with this lovely peacock wallpaper. Since I saw you last, I have actually gone over this with Mod Podge just to give it some protection, because it is only wallpaper. And obviously we're going to decorate the front and the back and the edge. So we haven't got very far. I have sorted out some papers for the inside, and I actually went ahead off camera and I made this piece, which is on quite thick card stock. So I actually made a pocket out of, I've got some lovely peacock ribbon here, two different types, but both are wired. So I thought, well, I might as well use it and try and make a wired pocket. So I've made a pocket here, and I've also made a pocket here, which I've used a stencil on, and then I've just collaged the top up with a lovely peacock sort of style butterfly. And inside, all I've done on the inside is I've just gone round it with some distress ink, some Tim Holtz, I think it's pine green, and used one of my stencils, which turns out to be like a doily, and I've gone over that there like so. And then the back, I've just mirrored the front. So again, we've got this wired ribbon pocket here, we've got a pocket here, and we've got another butterfly here. So I thought that could be the first page of this journal. And then, if you remember, we are using this journal digital kit. This is the first digital kit that I saw that I liked, and I'm now going to be struggling to remember whose kit it is. Just bear with me one moment while I've got a feeling it is, yes, I don't want to give you the wrong name, but I will link to the Etsy shop for this lady below, her shop. I should have had that prepared, shouldn't I? And I haven't, so I do apologise for that, but I will remember the name, and I will link her Etsy shop and the kit. So I've taken some pages from the kit. Now I've printed them on 90 GSM copy paper. I am thinking of taking some of these and reprinting them on thicker paper, because it does feel quite thin. So this is the kit page, and I've backed it with kit page. I've added in some book pages here, and I've added in some nice digital colourful paper there. More kit page, and more kit page on the back, and I've gone round it with stencil because when I printed this page on the back, it had a border. Oh, I am so sorry. I do apologise for that. I didn't think that was going to happen. I've still got a bit of this sort of, I don't know whether it's hay fever or what it is. So I've gone round, rather than try and cut this down and then in turn cut the other side down, because I've double paged it, I've gone round with a nice stencil in that lovely pine green. We've got some dictionary paper, and I've just stenciled I've got some peacock rubber stencils, stamps rather, and I've stamped peacock feathers there, and a peacock feather there in the blue, and I've added in a nice page of vellum. Still can't print on vellum, and that's the thickest that I've got so far in my that I bought, which I thought would be perfect. I've taken this page out of another book. I do love this particular book. I love this calligraphy writing. I really do love it. It's almost medieval. So I have found the page with the P on. It's actually P for pink hawthorn, but I'm using it as P for peacock, and I'm going to make a side tuck out of that. More kit paper, and more kit paper on the back, some coffee paper, stained paper, kit paper again. It's beautiful, and I love this paper on the back. I love this plain ledger paper. Then I've put in one of my fairy book pages, and I've stamped it with the peacock. So I'm going to use a combination of the blue stamp Tim Holtz die, which is, let me get them out, Distress ink. It is, let's have a look, all the minis. I have all the minis. Oh, it's Broken China, I think. Let me just look at that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Just let me double check. I don't know. This is the green I'm using. It's called Pine Needles. This is the blue. It's called Chipped Sapphire. So those are the two distress inks that I'm using for this journal, as well as probably Vintage Photo. Okay, so more kit paper here, and the same on the back. Beautiful. This is just some digital background paper that I've printed out. As I've said before, I have about 3 of Janie B's mystery bundles, and there are so many different designs in those that you can print off to enhance any journal, really, any kit. So here we have some more kit paper and this lovely colour on the back. This is note paper kind of design. Then I've got this one here. I think this is another out of the mystery bundle, but I'm not sure. More kit paper. This is beautiful. And on the back there, more coffee stained. Now I did stamp a peacocking in my gold ink, but because this paper is a bit crinkly, it didn't 100% come out. But I like that effect. I don't like things to be too perfect. So this is more kit paper and here, and then we've got some more coffee dyed note paper here. It's come out of a one of those folders. Lever arch. My mind doesn't want to work today. And again, on the back of it, I've stamped in the pine needle, I've stamped some more peacock feathers. Hope you can see all this. Just going to lift this camera up just slightly and hope you can see. Okay, so then we've got this beautiful doily, which is actually out of a die cut. I purchased a pack of those from eBay a long time ago, and I've got some paper that came out of the heirloom pack because I like the colour. On the back, I did do a bit of pine needle distress inking. I will cover this up, and that's the one page I'm not too happy about. I could actually take this out. I may decide to do that. I don't know. We will see, because I may go over this with some. So I've got some of this Cosmic Shimmer in vintage. It's called Cosmic Shimmer Vintage Mist. I can't speak. And it's French Navy. So because there's blue in this as well as the greens, I might spray over this and see if I can improve it and do a bit of background stenciling. Who knows? If not, I could just take it out. I haven't sewn the signature in, so at this point you can change your mind as to what you want in it. So this again is kit page, and that's the double page spread in the middle, and I've put one of these fussy cut doilies in the middle because I love this colour. I love this tie-dye effect that it has. And then the rest, so that's the middle of the signature. It's going to be a single signature this time, so we're just mirroring the pages on the back half of the signature. So where I've stamped on one side, I've also mirrored it and stamped on the other, so you can see that these are all the other sides of the kit papers. There's that beautiful peacock. I love all this. It's already collaged up really in the background. I've got quite a bit of pink here, which is unusual for me to use. I haven't really ventured into pinks and purples yet. Back half of that flower fairy book, and I've put a peacock feather stamp here, and it looks almost like this fairy is looking at it. At the back of that other page, which is absolutely beautiful, some more tea stained, I think this is. This could be a sheet. This might not be mine. This could be from, it might be Tanya at Tatty Treasures, because I did buy a pack of her tea stained papers, because she buys that red bush tea and it gives it a lovely peachy sort of colour. I don't have any red bush tea. I haven't actually thought about buying any either. So this is another sheet from the digital kit, and that's the back of that book page, back of the vellum, the back of the dictionary page with the feather stamp, the back of the other half of this page that I did this side, I stenciled in the pine green, and this side I've stenciled in the blue, and the other half of that digital page, and the other half of that one, the other side of those pages out of my book, and another kit page, and then we've got the other side of my homemade page, which may stay at the front and back because I quite like that. Now that is as far as I've got, so we put those to one side for now. Now I'm thinking about how I'm going to decorate the inside of this cover, and another page, and I've been using this heirloom pack quite a bit. This is the heirloom pack that has over 100 pages in it. It's 12 by 12 and it's single-sided, and it's, I don't know what GSM it is, it doesn't actually say on it, but I'd say it was about 120 to 40 something, 60 maybe, I don't know. But what I've done is, I think I love this colour. It just so happens that a lot of the colour schemes in it are the teals and greens and blues, so I thought what I'm going to do is make pockets front and back. So, and I'm going to back them on this cream card to give them some strength. So I thought we'd have the same front and back. So it's just sections out of this 12 by 12. So they're not identical, but they are from the same sheet. So that's what I think we'll do. We will now stick those together and then get these stuck on. So I'm going to stick them together, and then I'm going to probably round the corners and put a thumb hole in. So let's do that. I've had a real kind of mental blank on this journal. I started off really well, really kind of eager and, you know, happy to start it, and it's something I've wanted to start for ages. And then I made the cover, and then I kind of had a really big mental breakdown on it. Haven't really been able to think about what else I want to do with it, to be honest. Apart from, I know that the signature's going in, and I've printed out all the ephemera from the kit, and that is as far as I've got. The ephemera side I always think is fairly straightforward in a way, because you can print it out. I mean, the back of this paper is lovely too. I love that. You can you know, print it all out, cut it all out, and then decorate all of that. And that I find fairly straightforward. But it's all the extra bits you might want to put in that don't come in the kit. And I've gathered quite a few bits and pieces together, you know, lace and bits and bobs like that. But I just had a bit of a mental blank on what I want to do. It's peculiar, it really is. So we'll leave that one to dry. We'll just glue the back. And I'm using this Beacon 3-in-1 because I know it's going to stay stuck down. And this is just to back it, to give the paper a bit more strength, because as I say, I think it's between about 120 and 160 GSM. I'm not very good at gauging what paper weights are, you know, unless it's on the packet, to be honest. So I'm just going to get that pressed down. Oh, somehow or other we seem to have something stuck on there now. I don't know how that's got on there, because the paper, I've just ripped it out of the pad. I think it might have already been on here and I never noticed. Oh, so let's hope I can get back. It does come off easily enough. I don't know what that is. How peculiar. Nothing on the other piece. So let's get rid of that. It's very sticky. It's like a box label almost. Just give that a press down. And give that one a press down. Like that. Now, let's round the corners of the top to make sure that that is up that way. But before I do that, I'm just going to trim that piece sticking out off. And I can see that the card is just slightly overlapping that. I don't want that, so I am going to take my guillotine, stand up and just take a slither off the edge. That's nice and sturdy. Let's check the other piece, and that one seems to be fine. How peculiar. Right, I'm just checking that that side is actually dead straight. It wasn't quite straight. Right, okay, that's those glued down. I've got a very noisy chair, I do apologise. Right, okay, so going to round the corners of the top. Now, this can be very temperamental when it comes to thicker paper. Okay, let's make sure this is up the right way. It has got some writing. Ah, yes, that's the top. Okay. I'm going to tidy up as I go along today. I hope everyone's fine. The weather today here is absolutely awful. It is torrential. Just going to measure this on here just so that I can measure up the thumb hole, because I'm going to put a thumb hole in. So good, just make a little mark there. And let's see if this will cut. Make sure I've got the right mark. this is what I do. I mark it with a pencil very lightly, and then I can't see it. I've got a feeling that this is not going to cut through this because it's going to be too thick. No, it isn't. So hopefully we've got the outline of it, so that's okay. So I can just go ahead. And anyway, they're not together, the pages. One is going to be at the front and one is going to be at the back. It's just me wanting them to be right. Right, okay. So I'm going to ink round these, and I'm going to ink round them in pine needle. So let's get that out. Let me change my dauber. Actually, I could do with a new one. Look. They go very, very bitty, don't they, after a while? And I'm just going to distress around here because I think that will really accentuate those edges. And just cover up the cream card like that. That's nice. And we could stick these on. I'm not really sure what else to do with the cover now. I'm in a quandary, really. Okay, let's put that over there. Right, so this is going to be the front one because I like that crown, and then this will be at the back. So let's get the cover and let's stick them in. Yes, so the weather here has been absolutely atrocious. It's been almost monsoon weather today. I will distress over this piece of cotton. Just to make sure that does not impede with that. And I never put them completely to the edge, top or bottom. So I'm going to put that one there like that. Okay, and I'm going to use the Beacon 3-in-1. Yes, it's a very strange weather at the moment, isn't it? I mean, it is only May, but there's an old saying that says, ne'er, which is Old English, cast a clout until May is out. And what that actually means is don't go out without your coat on or without a coat until after May. So obviously there's a tendency for us to, have rain. There, that looks rather nice. I like that. So I've got a bit of news, actually. I've got a bit of news for once. So I'm just thinking, I never really have anything interesting to tell you, do I? I suppose none of us have much at the moment because, well, I expect some people are now out and about, but we're not really. We're not venturing too far ourselves. Let's give that a press down. Yes, so my news is that I applied last week for reducing down from a 5-day week down to a 4-day week, full-time days. So I do 7.5 hours a day, because they don't include your half-hour lunch break. So do a 7.5 hour day, 5 days a week. 37.5 hours that equates to. So I'm going down to a 30-hour week. So I'm going to drop Mondays. So I'm going to have a nice long weekend starting from the 1st of June. And I'm hoping that I will be able to use that time to actually do a bit more crafting. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe I could, you know, start another series. So I'll have plenty of time to get on top of the housework, and because I've been struggling with all of that really, because I've been wanting to sort of craft, but then you feel, well, I've been feeling guilty because then there's stuff that needs doing, you know, there's always something. But I'm really chuffed, and they've actually accepted it and approved it. Obviously they've said to me, can you guarantee that you can get the work done in 4 days? And yes, I can. And on part of that, the week I should be able to work from home still. So all in all, and when you work from home, to be quite honest, you get more done really. So I'm very pleased with that. So I like that. That looks very nice. Okay, so I will decorate this, but I'm going to leave this probably to the end before I sew the signature in. At the very last minute, I will start decorating this front, and then I'll sew the signature in, and I'll put some lace down here, and I want to put something on the back here as well. So now what else can we have on these, because I quite like to put something nice on these. I'm not sure what, so I'll just get the ephemera over. I have it here on my trolley dolly today. Tidied up my trolley, so I've only got everything I need for this project in the top tray. It's a 3-tier trolley. It's very nice. It was from Hobbycraft, so I really do like it, and it's so handy. It's very so it's wide, but then it's not too narrow, but it's narrow enough that it goes in between this desk. Next to this desk is a double wardrobe, because this room, you know, is our spare room, and we have a bed chair kind of thing. So in between this desk and the wardrobe is a gap, and it's just the right width for me to turn it on its side and just push it in. So it's lovely. Just push it in out of the way, and then I can pull it out when I want to use it again. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue there. I can see that's come up. Yeah, so that's my news. I'm really, really pleased. So I'm going to start it from the 1st of June. It'll be such a relief to, you know, at the age of nearly 63, to be able to actually reduce my hours down a bit. You know, I feel like I've been working full-time all my life since the age of 16. I wasn't fortunate enough to be able to go to uni. When I was born, uni was really only for the middle and upper classes. I was working class, so and I was one of 6, so, and the second youngest, so I didn't really want to put my parents through the worry of, you know, trying to put me through uni, because those days you didn't get the grants and things you get now. I don't think young people realise how lucky they are. And of course then, you know, children come along and your life really revolves around them, quite rightly so. And I've loved every minute of it, and I do actually miss my girls. I do miss having them at home. So I've got some of these, what I assume are probably journaling cards, which I could use on the inside cover. So we've got some nice pieces. We've got journaling cards. I've left those two joined together because I might actually make something out of those, like a booklet or something. Then obviously we've got that one I've just shown you. I've got all these words. I've cut them all out, these phrases. So the actual kit is called the Spring Peacock Kit. And then this one says, why fit in when you were born to stand out? In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. What else have we got? Imagination rules the world. So that's lovely. So I kept the word Spring Peacock because I might use those in the decoration. So I've fussy cut out the butterflies, which are beautiful. And then I've got another journal card here. And we've got another journal card here, which is all about plumes, feathers. And then there's the reduced size one. And then we've got that one. That would be quite nice maybe to put on the inside, perhaps. Then we have, oh, this is a pocket, little pocket. That's very cute, that journaling card. The peacock in that lovely bauble. We've got a peacock on a bingo card, and we've got a tag here, nice big tag. Some more journaling cards. That's lovely. And some bigger journaling cards, which I think, no, goes up that way. That's quite nice. And this one is beautiful. And then we've got some banners. I remembered the word today. I forgot that in the previous video. I could not think what those were called. And those are pretty banners. A variation of the two peacocks. And that's pretty too, that one. Of course, you can get peacocks in... You can get white peacocks, and we have there's a town near us called Tring. Actually grew up there from the age of 5, and there's a lovely place there called Penley Manor, and it's an old manor house where they do lots of theatre and arts and things. And in the grounds of Penley Manor, and it's a big hotel as well, they have pure white peacocks. And it wasn't until I went there we called in one evening, and we just went in to have a coffee. We weren't staying there or anything, you know, but you can do that. And I could see all these things up in the trees, in the grounds, and it was kind of dusk, you know. And I said to my husband, what on earth are all those? And he said, that's all the peacocks. So there's a lovely bingo card, and I couldn't believe it. When I saw them, I had no idea that peacocks roost in trees. So these pieces, these 4 pieces here, came out of a free page that this lady whose kit it is, who I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment, it's a freebie of hers that actually matches this kit. So I've fussy cut that out of another page from somewhere else. And we've got another nice tag there. In fact, there might be 2. I think there are 2 tags, 2 matching tags. And then again, this is also a free sheet that I cut up that comes with 4 of these journaling cards on. That was a free additional piece. And we've got 2 very pretty tags again there. They might have been a free sheet too. This is something I made in one of Didi Farrago's challenges. Now, I've kept it here because I may put it in this journal. I may or I may not, I don't know, because it's quite different green inside. But I did stamp it all with that pine green, so I've kept that out. Likewise, this is another piece on another challenge of Didi Farrago's YouTube challenge, hashtag 2021TCTC, that I made. And this is out of an envelope, and it just glues to a page, over the edge of a page, and then you can flip it backwards and forwards. So so that glues over the edge of the page, and then you can flip like that. And I made that with this journal in mind as well, so I used the colour papers that kind of match in. And when you glue this on your journal page here, on the edge of it, or you can glue it inside, I suppose here. If you only glue down there and there, you can use that as a tuck. Depends really, if you're going to do that, you're probably better off having it on the edge of the page. Excuse my Paddy dog's barking again. I'm sorry about that, because there is somebody at the door. And I made these on another episode of DD Farragut's challenge. These are lovely tucks, pockets with a tuck on the front. And I will probably put those in this kit because the paper I used has got peacock feathers on it. Looks like that actually. Oh, I know why that's sticking up. I was thinking that hasn't glued down, but that's an actual writing spot. So aren't they cute, these? So I'll probably use those. So I've already got some pieces of ephemera really. And then we've got, out of the kit, we've got 2 lovely pockets, which I will back all of these onto card when I come to use them. So I haven't scored those yet. And then I've got some papers, part of the kit paper and other papers that I think have come out of Jamie B's mystery bundle. And I thought we could make a nice notebook out of those. But that would be nice. I'm just wondering, that would be big enough actually, that pocket, for a notebook to go in like that. So we could make that today. So we'd make that today and we will score these. I'm just wondering whether they will be thick enough without me having to cover them or back them. Because I'm thinking if I back them in some card, they're not going to actually want to curve round and fold, are they? Okay, well I have got some more paper like this, so we could just put another sheet on the back, another thickness of that. So that's what we'll do. So we might do those today quickly, and we were just looking through those bits because I wanted to see if there was anything I could use to put in here. So I quite like the thought of having this on here like that, because I think the greens are similar. And likewise we could have this one down here, because I don't know if we've got one. I would quite like one that size. So that's a nice size, isn't it? Let's put that one there. So going to put those there, but I'd like to do a bit of collage in behind them, I think, in some music paper, similar coloured papers. Let's have a look. Let's have a look for some green papers. I've got a pile here behind me, so just bear with me. Oh, I found another phrase. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. Very nice. Let's just find some of these papers. I went through my mystery bundles and I found a few sheets that are similar colours to this kit, even though this kit's not Janie B's kit. I have got a Peacock kit that is Janie B's, but I haven't printed that off yet. That is going to be reserved for another project. And I've still got a couple more bits. So there's another one similar to this one I've just found in my tray. I suppose we could have 2 of them. No, we won't. We'll have something different on the back. We've got some more banners out of the kit. That's lovely. And the pink stripe one. Oh gosh. And a peacock one. And a lovely pink damask one. And then I've kept these words, which are just say Peacock Spring Journal or Spring Peacock. And I will, as I say, link the shop where I bought it from. It's not Artie Mays, it's not Janie B. I want to say Stephanie at maybe Love Junk Journals. I'm not sure. So it's better if I don't try and guess, I think. Let's just leave it and I will link it below. So we've got this music paper which has got all these greens in it. Got this lovely paper with the teals and the blues. I don't know where this sheet has come from, to be honest. This has been in my stash, but I suppose this attracted me. So we've got those, and we've got some pink. I've got this lovely blue wallpapery paper. I keep reprinting this one. This again has got the greens and the teals in it. This, I don't know where this has come from either. This has been in my stash. But I don't think the greens are perhaps quite right. I might be wrong. I don't want too many butterflies. But this has got a hint of blues and pinks, and it's got script on the back. And then this one has got more roses and script again. I think it's that way up. And some purplies. That's more music paper, but it's got more of a creamy background with roses. So I don't think that's quite right. And this is lovely. This is another of Janie B's. And this one too. And those are really, really nice. They've actually got frames in them here. So I don't think I want to use those right now. Oh, and that's another sheet. So this was from Calico Collage, but I'm not sure this kit's from Calico Collage. But it's not part of the kit. This is something else I've bought from Calico Collage. When I first started crafting, long before I even started the YouTube channel, I bought quite a few kits. And then I printed out all sorts of sheets, and then I can't remember whose they are. This is why I'm being a bit vague, so I do apologise. I think we all have stuff like that. So what we want to do is we want to collage behind here now. Susan, stop chatting on. And I have got some bits, scraps here, but I don't think those are right, do you? They're a bit too bluey, pale bluey grey. So we put those to one side. So the one I liked, I think, the most was probably one of the first ones I showed you, which was where has it gone? So I like that one, and I like that one the most. We'll put that one keeps popping its head up, I don't know why. So I think we'll just use a combination of these. Now let's just put that to one side for a moment, and we'll get the tear ruler out. I'm just going to tear off these edges. Easier said than done, isn't it? For me it is anyway. I think I'm a bit nervous about doing this in case I tear the whole sheet, but then I think that makes me look really incompetent, which I am really. So take that one off there. I think the art to these rulers, I think, is the amount of pressure you put on it with this hand when you're holding it down. That's it. And we need to make this edge torn as well. I'm just moving my hand along there like that, and we'll just quickly do this one too. So I hope everyone's okay, and I'm filming this on Saturday afternoon. Not sure when I will schedule it for, though, on YouTube. Have to see. I have learned how to schedule. So, and if you can hear a lot of blustery wind, I've got the window open just to have a bit of fresh air, really. I'm a bit of a fresh air fiend. The other thing that happened today was, I don't know if I've told you about our cat Elmo, who more or less moved into the dementia nursing home round the corner. And when we first moved here, he started going round there, and we didn't mind because we heard that the residents absolutely loved him. I used to work at the GP surgery in the next village, and they cover the nursing home, and I used to get updates from the GP that covered it, and she'd come in and tell me what was going on. And that keeps knocking over. And anyway, he's just finding where I put it. He has actually, we asked them not to feed him, and they weren't feeding him, so he would come home every day, come and see us, have his food, stay for a while, and then go back. And we didn't worry about that because we thought he was doing his bit for the community. However, when COVID happened a year ago, we then didn't see him hardly at all, and unfortunately we couldn't go round there because of COVID. And I had their email, so I kept emailing them, asking him how he was, and telling them not to feed him so that he would come home. But you know, there are so many different staff there on different shifts that it's very difficult to monitor that sort of thing. So anyway, we didn't see much of him, to be quite honest, until recently when we came out of, I suppose when we came out of the second lockdown, probably, we did start seeing a bit more of him again. And I then had struck up a relationship with one of the nurses around there, who then kept me updated, and they absolutely doted on him. Absolutely loved him, and didn't really want to give him up, if you like. And unfortunately, they lost a few patients to COVID in the first wave, and then they heard the terrible news that the home was run by a company called Brendan Care, and they heard the news that this home, Brendan Care, were going to move out because they don't own the building. It's the only building. They have a whole suite of nursing homes around the area. It's the only nursing home where they don't own the building, and they actually needed to a lot doing to it, the building does, and they decided that they were going to, for that reason, they were going to have to move out. So that is very sad. So they've had to find homes for their patients, and that has not been easy. I think they had 16 patients that they had to find new homes for, and they then said to me, well, you know, obviously Elmo's going to have to come home back to you. And I said, well, please stop feeding him altogether. Be cruel to be kind, because I know then he'll come home. He will come home for his food, and it won't be such a shock to him. They bought him a bed, they gave him a toy, you know, he's living in the lap of luxury. There was one particular resident there, chap called Michael, who absolutely loved him, and he would sleep on Michael's bed. And then obviously Michael got moved out. Then Elmo became distressed because he couldn't understand why there wasn't anybody in this nursing home anymore. So it's been quite a sad experience for him, actually, to be quite honest. very sad for the residents too, having to be uprooted, you know, moved out. And also very sad for the staff, because they were given literally no notice about this closure. I think they were given literally less than a month, and I feel that, you know, it's not a lot of time for people to find new jobs, especially at the moment. Things are very difficult. I'm wondering whether it needs something a bit different in colour scheme wise now. This is where I start overthinking collaging. Let's see, what have we got that's a bit darker? No, that one's darker. That one's darker. And that's the pinkier one. So we might use some of that. Let's have a look. Now, we won't tear it all down. It takes too long. Just going to tear off a little bit down here. So today we've had to pick Elmo up from the home. It's literally just around the corner from where we live. We could walk there, you know, it would take 2 minutes, but we had to take cat basket for him. And the nurse who I, you know, struck up a friendship with, she was absolutely sobbing her heart out at the thought of not having him. She's managed to find another job in a nursing home near Aylesbury, near where we live. So that's good news for her. But she says they're just going to miss him terribly, you know. And she has her own little cat at home, but obviously Elmo, you know, he was the mascot there really. So I think that's better, because that brightens it up considerably, that one. So now I'm just thinking, do I need something a bit bigger? What about if we make it like a frame that way? That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, so we picked him up. Anyway, he's come home, and we have another cat, Pebbles, and we have a dog, obviously Paddy dog, who's very boisterous, but he remembered Elmo immediately. And Elmo's settled in quite well, and he's actually, as I speak, laying on our bed asleep. So the only problem I have is that I'm going to have to keep him in for a few days, because the nursing home, they are emptying it out. All the patients have gone, as I say, and they're emptying it out now, and they're going to shut it down. We don't know what will happen to the building. We have a feeling that they may knock it down and build something on it. But who knows? Such a shame. So I quite like that. And let's do something similar with this one. So we're just going to have that one peeking out of the top and bottom. And then we're going to have a bit of this behind it. Yeah, so that's been my Saturday. It's lovely to have him home again though, because, you know, I did worry about him. You never know what goes on in these places, and not everybody are you know, cat lovers and animal lovers. And I did worry, you know, about when this nurse Alison went home, what was going on, you know, whether he would be all right. But I'm sure he must have been, because he would certainly probably have come home at the slightest. But of course he was living in the lap of luxury there. Oh, I like those. I'm just thinking, if the centre is in the signature like that, So that will be like that, and then that will be like that. And the colours do kind of mimic. That has got a hint of pink in it. So that's what we're going to do. Now I might just cut the tiny slither off of this, tear a piece, because I think it's too long. Like that. That's better. So I want that there. But I also don't want anything that's going to stick up, so I don't want anything to impede the pockets. And then that again, I'm going to just take a slither off the top of this, like so. And we're going to have that like that. Yeah, I don't know whether this piece is too big, too wide. Where's the, I'll just find that other piece that looks like that one. I think that actually does look much better. So I think I'm going to go with those two. Okay, so I'll just put those there. I just want to see what is the difference. There isn't actually any difference, look, between those, and yet when they're down they look totally different. Now, is that script is up the right way? So I think we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to ink round these, and I will ink round this in Vintage Photo. I'll just find it here on my desk. I had it earlier. It's Gathered Twigs. Gosh, where do things disappear to, I wonder? It's just disappeared. There it is, staring me in the face. Okay, so we're going to swap that back. That on. And give this an ink round. I do like the inked edges. I really do. I hope you can see me okay. And that the light is okay. So we'll do each piece together. So I hope you've all been busy and managing to do some crafting yourselves. Now, I'm going to swap back to this. Change the dauber head because I want to go around this in the green. I thought this might look nice. I'm hoping it will anyway. Like that. And then this I'm going to go around also in green. Like that. Yes, it hasn't stopped raining. It's rained non-stop all night, I think, and definitely all day. I mean, the gardens need it. It's just, I feel sorry. When we woke up this morning, it was absolutely torrential. And the first thing my husband said was, I feel really sorry, he said, for anyone who has gone camping. Because I know that a few people have started camping again, you know, to get away just for even for a weekend. Okay, so we're going to put these down, and I'm going to use this art glitter glue that that isn't going to work because I want it to. Oh gosh, I need a magnifying glass. Hopefully that will work. Oh yes. Now this art glitter glue, this is the first time I've ever used it. I like the possibility of having a thin nib. I mean, I know I'm behind the times. Everyone's been using these for a long time. The only thing I'm not keen on is it's so runny. And without this thin nib, I actually, when I took it off, you know, underneath the lid, when you take the lid off and you have to take that piece of cap off underneath to free up that glue, to literally open the bottle. And I want to get that kind of in the middle there. Okay. Just looking for my... Now my bone folder has decided to disappear, so let's find one. No, I don't like that one at all. Right, well, it'll have to be my hand. Not sure what I did with it. Yes, it was, I held it over the bin, I pulled the cap off, and as I pulled that plasticky piece off to open up the glue, it all spilled out into the bin. So, you know, I wasted a bit of it. So that wasn't a good idea, was it? I thought, oh, I've wasted half the glue. Bit of an exaggeration, but I don't like waste. But I do like this thin nozzle. So anyway, and it's not a massive bottle. This is a 2-ounce bottle. There, that's nice. Let's do this one. Just standing up for this, so I can actually see. It's gone very dark. I hope you can see all right, because I've got the main light on in this room and it's not a massively bright bulb. But I've also got the light on the desk. Let's just get my dry cloth out. Gosh, I can see where I've actually gone over it. I hope that dries clear. I can see where I've gone over it with the glue tip. That's a good job we're putting this on the top, isn't it? Have to be careful. Maybe I should have used my glue stick. This is 90 GSM, this copy paper, but I don't think it's the best quality, to be honest. Now, I hope that dries okay, because otherwise I've completely ruined that. Now, nobody warned me about that, did they? I think I might be looking at some other glues if this is going to happen. I don't think I'm going to like it. So I know that some people have been using a glue called Kalau, which I'd never heard of. Yes, for a minute I thought I had something on this, but I didn't. I can actually see where I've scribbled over the back with that glue. Okay, so that's the back and the front. It's a nice pocket, back and the front. Okay, right, we'll just leave that to dry, and then I will get the scoreboard out. And I bought a 12 by 12 scoreboard, and it's actually the Adorable range. I bought it on Facebook on the selling site, and it was only £10, and it's brand new. And that's where this bone folder comes from, the one that I'm not keen on. I want to leave that out because it's ever so hard to get off. So yeah, so I thought, wow, I'm really pleased with it. Really pleased. So, you know how I struggled with my small one. I mean, I don't need it for this really. I can't even see where these joins are for these. So we're just going to finish off the video by folding up these, and then I'll think about whether I should back them with the same paper again, which I can do, and I will do that before I stick them, but I just wanted to see what they look like. So let's have a look. Be very careful, because when you score things, I find sometimes, now the way they're cut out, they've sort of cut this notch. So actually where I've scored it is right. Where the notch is not right. So I probably would have to cut that notch round again. But let's give that a press down with this. These bone folders that come with these scoreboards have quite pointy top tips, and I find that they can tear the paper. So if we just bend that one down, I just want to see how sturdy this pocket will be. You know, it's not too bad. But I think if it was, say if I double thicknessed it with the same paper again, which is this one, that would really be nice and sturdy. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll do the same with this one, and we'll just glue some onto the back of it. So it's a shame really I'd cut them out before I decided to do that, because in hindsight it would have been easier when they're on the sheet before you fussy cut them out to actually. Let's get some of that paper, and we'll stick it now while we're here. So it's nice cream card, but it's much thinner than the last card that I used. So I am going to just stick this. I might get 2 on one page. Yes, that's good. So I'm going to stick this down, and then I have to cut around them again. So I'm a bit loath to use this glue now, because you see, oh, why am I gluing it? Yes, I'm gluing it. Oh gosh, you know, suddenly I thought I shouldn't be gluing it, but I should. So because I'm doing this squiggling, I hope this does not show up again. Please don't. I'm trying to be as gentle with the glue as I can so that it doesn't come through. Hopefully it won't on this thin card. Okay, let's just put that down there. Get that pressed down. I've got a credit card somewhere. Let's use that. I'm quite noisy, I think, when I'm crafting. My last video seemed to be very noisy. I don't know how other people manage to be so quiet. Calamity Jane, that should have been my name. Yeah, so I'm going to be stressed about Elmo for a few days because having to keep him in, the first thing he did when he got in was eat the dog biscuits. Because Paddy has the all-in-one dry food. Occasionally we give him a treat of a pate, you know, but not every day. And he has very small dog biscuits that are designed for his breed. And Elmo was eating those, much to Paddy's disgust, but he didn't mind. He let him have them, so that's good. He did eat a few of them himself afterwards, even though Paddy leaves his food right until the end of the day. He always starts eating it when it's bedtime. I think he holds out to see if he's going to actually get anything nice from us. But we don't really give him human food as such. He does like a yogurt carton. If you have a yogurt, he doesn't like you scraping the pot. He'll stand there watching you in disgust because he thinks you're taking away his lickability. What he wants to, and he cleans the pot and you think it's just come straight from the manufacturer. You know, we often joke and say that we'll hire him out to a recycling plant because he can clean all of the plastic very well. So I'm just going to quickly cut round here, taking care not to cut into the piece. And I may just do those corners again myself with the corner rounder. And this has a nice slither off of here. Sometimes I cheat with these and I use the guillotine, but I won't today. But I will round the corners, so I won't cut those. Let's just press that down. So I can't round the corners here, it's too difficult. Okay, so yes, and then Elmo decided he was going to meow at the front door to go out. And I'm not going to be able to let him out now for a few days because I know the nursing home is being cleared out. But I don't want to keep him in too long, because the danger is, what we're concerned about is he may get shut in when they lock it up. So we have to, for his own good, keep him at home shut in until such time as I can see that they've actually shut the, you know, I think they're putting gates across. So when I see those, I'll know that they've shut the place up completely. And I hope they do that soon, because I don't like keeping it in. You know, when a cat's had its freedom, it's not really fair. But also, I'm not keen on cat litter trays, I have to say. My cats have never really ever had one. Once they got to a certain age of kittenhood, we train them, you know, and they've always been extremely good. So, but he's 16 and Pebbles is 15, so they are getting on a bit, although I think cats can live to a great age, actually. Okay, right. Okay, we've done that. Let's see now if we can round the corners on these. Yes, that's good. That looks nice. I can't do them there because it won't fit into my corner rounder. But I can do those. I think that might be a bit wet. Just go around that. Okay, so that's both of those done. And then I'm going to use my hole punch, my circle round punch, and I'm just going to punch those holes out and just do them so that we may have to go round them again once we glue this down. Do this one. Because I haven't got the bottom on this, so I can see where I'm punching, they've spit out right into your face. I have to hold my hand there. Okay. I did think about keeping these and joining them together and making tabs, you know, for journal cards. I think you could do that. Although there is a limit to what you can keep, isn't there? So we won't keep those today. Right, okay, let's score these again. Now, I can see a faint line. To make sure I've got it in the right groove. Okay. And, oh, that went off at a different angle there. You see, it's difficult to get them sometimes. Well, I find it difficult to get them into a groove, top and bottom. Okay, so that should be okay. Right, so we'll fold that over, so that has given it a bit more stability. Pockets, I think, need to be quite strong because you're putting things in, taking them out, you don't want them to start disintegrating or get ragged. So those, see, they don't line up, these, so I don't quite understand the concept of those. Gosh, dear, oh dear. I said awful nuisance, I think now these are. For me they are. Because now I've got double thickness. Okay, that's better. Right, okay, so we can live with that. Then the flap needs to come up like that. And then we can glue, we can eke round it and we can glue it down. So that's the first one. Let's just do this one, score it. very pleased with this scoreboard. It's exactly what I wanted, and it's got a nice handle at the top. So it's a bit like my wooden art board. It has the same handle, so you can literally slide it down between the wall and your desk. It fits in there a treat. Don't know if this was a good idea, you know, making this double thickness now. Oh well, we'll have to learn by our mistakes. Let's see if we have any more joy with this one. I'm scared of it. Scared. Right. And then that folds up like that. But before I glue it down, I will ink round the edges. But I won't bore you with that today. So I think that is going to be great for the next time. For the next episode, we can put some ephemera on those, embellish them, I mean. Make some tags. So we do that next time. Okay, everyone. That was a bit of a mismatch of a video, really, but we've now achieved pockets on the inside, some decoration at the back, and the next time I see you, we'll be making some ephemera to go into this, and I will have printed off maybe a couple more pages on thicker paper. Okay, so that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I was a bit rambly. But I will see you all again soon. So take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you're deciding to do. Okay, bye for now. Bye-bye.